recent trip to the snowy lands of Park City, Utah, we wore some bathrobes, we drank a martini, and then we sat down for an hour-long peek at Skyrim, the fifth installment in the Elder Scrolls, Bethesda's fantasy-driven open-world RPG franchise. We also had a chance to catch up with the game's executive producer and director, Todd Howard. After his team wrapped up development of their last title, Fallout 3, they went headfirst into crafting the land of Skyrim. But according to Howard, they've been poking, prodding and refining their ideas for Skyrim as far back as 2006.
We started designing it right after Oblivion, so in '06 we did some rough design, concept work, high level stuff that we knew we wanted out of this game. And then Fallout 3 was done in '08, and since then we've been full bore, the whole team, about 100 of us.
From what we've seen so far of Skyrim, it really is clear that the game is a technical masterpiece. According to Howard, the lengthiness of this current console generation has allowed his team to master the tech behind their games, presenting opportunities for additions that wouldn't have been possible in Oblivion.
I mean, gameplay-wise, the big new thing that would have been harder to do then is dragons. Just in terms of how our AI works, what we could do visually, animation-wise, all of that. So that's probably a big gameplay thing. The other thing is the Radiant story system that we use for our quest system. We really like this current generation of hardware. There's things that we find every day that we can do. So I think this cycle is going to go on for a long time. From a development standpoint, we'd really like it too. And I think as a consumer myself, I'm pretty happy with the investment I've made in this stuff. And big HD hard drives, connectivity, it all looks great. And it's just up to us to make cool content.
If you've played an Elder Scrolls game in the past, you understand the importance of having a huge open world that's dense with detail. It's this type of environment that has come to define so much of the gameplay and story elements attributed to the series' success. Skyrim promises to maintain this world design philosophy, and in many ways take it a step further.
I mean, that's kind of the first thing we do when we do our games. What is the world? Because the world does end up being kind of the main character that you're going to explore. You mentioned the big things and the small things is something that we have to attack it from both angles, where we want to draw these mountains, and you have a lot of gross detail on mountains, and they're big, and how they LOD in, and then you can get up right next to them. So that was a big technology and artistic challenge, and our world artists really did a great job with that. And then I think a lot of them were excited to make bushes and trees and flowers after Fallout, so they went crazy. It was like, can we do it? Yeah, all right, yeah. The trees grow here, so go crazy.
Of course, another integral part of the Elder Scrolls experience is your character. In Skyrim, you will jump into the shoes of a Dragonborn. What the hell does that mean? Todd explains. Sort of.
That means he is anointed by the gods, kind of born with the soul of a dragon, and that's about all we want to say about it. Not to spoil anything, really, but we want to keep that kind of mysterious still. There have been previous Dragonborns in the Elder Scrolls lore, and you're kind of the key in this game to unlocking why the dragons have returned and what you do about that.
And what if you've never experienced the Elder Scrolls before? Well, Skyrim has been built with you in mind, but as Todd explains, there will also be plenty of reasons for veterans of the series to return to the land of Tamriel.
We definitely design it where we assume you've never played one. That's how we do them all. And a lot of new players came to it with Oblivion, I think because of the new hardware and how it looked. Early signs say it's going to happen again. Most people react to, well, it's first person, it looks pretty, it's got cool tone, you fight dragons, I want to do that. And so we assume, even if you've played a previous Elder Scrolls game, we're changing enough things where we're going to ease you into it. I mean, I think most of it is an interface problem. So when we got down to, you go to equip things, you go to the menu, and you just press what hand you want to put it in. It's very easy to do, and there's a slickness to the interface just in how and you saw the skills menu. You can see all your skills and spin around, it looks nice, but then you push in and there's literally more depth to it. It's how you present the information. We want all that depth, and we want the game to respond to you. And you can play the game and never look at your skills menu, because you'll just get level ups, and you'll level up. Then when you level up, I guess you'll be forced to look at it and pick a perk. It's a game for people who play a lot of video games. So if someone says to me, I just got an Xbox, should I get my kid your game? I don't know. Maybe play some other games first.
Also, there's dragons, and that's just plain awesome.
There's a lot more to it even than what you saw today as far as dragons, and it's something we just always wanted to do on the screen, to have these beasts land and feel like feel scary and hunt you down and have you try to figure out how you're going to deal with them. It does feel like something you haven't done before in a game, honestly.
I'm Rob Smith, and thanks for watching this first look at The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim.
This is how it all began.